Hey folks, Alan Saunders, Brendan Howe here at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Just wrapped up day 2 of Pittsburgh Steelers OTAs in the rain. Brendan, a little bit surprised that we had things outdoors today. It started out as a slow rain. It turned into a pour. Messy conditions for day 2 of OTAs.
Yeah, I'll blame you for my attire today. Just t-shirt, khakis, awfully dry day. As you can see, the hair is still wet. I need a haircut there, but yeah, we'll change after this.
I had a rain jacket on. I don't know why it was a problem for you. I talked to Nick Herbig after practice and said he wasn't surprised at all that they were working outside. I was a little surprised they were working outside. I thought would be here in the indoor facility, but he said he wasn't surprised they were working outside. Said Mike Tomlin's a fanatic about looking around the bend and trying to find a way that, hey, this could be useful for us at some point later on. So big emphasis on ball security today with the weather conditions and even a defensive ball security drill, which I'm not sure I've ever seen in my time on the Steelers beat. That was a new one for me.
Yeah, we'll have some clips of that if you want to see that. That's definitely interesting. I don't think we'll ever see Cam Hayward or Derek Harmon hurdle anyone during a game, especially seeing that they couldn't get too far over the two bags there.
Herbig did say that when he gets an interception, not if when, he'll know to keep it high and tight now. So that's good. As you can see, not exactly the, my column this morning for SteelersNow.com was, look, these practices don't matter that much. I think quite nicely emphasized by the fact that the first thing we see when we get out there is defensive players doing ball security. Like this is not the world's most critical practice period. Got to talk to a number of people today, including Darius Slay, who was here for the first time, wasn't here yesterday, showed up today. You got to talk to him. What did you take away from your conversation with Slay?
He seems excited to be here. Obviously, everybody's excited to be here. He wanted to be here, though, because he comes from a team that just won the Super Bowl, and he said that he took some time to enjoy that, put it behind him. Now he's here. I wanted to ask him if there's any similarities between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Didn't get to. They got there too late to ask that question. But we've heard him say that he wants to be a mentor to these younger corners here. And today was the start of that. He said that he's excited to be part of this group, and it should be a pretty promising mentorship there.
Yeah, I talked to Joey Porter Jr. about that process, and he said it's really cool because his first year he had Patrick Peterson, last year he had Dante Jackson, now he has Darius Slay, and he said, I've been able to pick up different things from all those guys. Obviously, just getting to meet Slay for the first time today, but like not only from when I was with them, but he's like, I can pick up the phone and call Patrick Peterson whenever I want to. If I have a question about something, if something's coming up that I don't have an answer for, or my coaches don't have an answer for, I have that resource. It's like, and now I have that with Dante, and I'm going to have that with Darius, and that's going to be something that's going to help me not just this year, but for my entire career. I thought that was pretty cool, the way he broke that down. So big things happening there in the secondary. I was over on the offensive field, watched a lot of some struggles on offense, man. I tweeted the video of the weather was bad, and I actually noticed that a bunch of the players weren't wearing gloves today. So I don't know if that was intentional to try to make it worse, basically, making the conditions what they were, but not a lot of offensive highlights to be had. You talked to Skylar Thompson a little bit. I think he's an interesting guy we haven't probably talked enough about in terms of, he's been right there along with Will Howard in terms of who's the backup quarterback at this point. What did you take away from that conversation?
Yeah, really everyone's overlooked him this offseason. You see on Twitter, you see people talking about Mason, you see them talking about Will Howard after he gets drafted. Of course, there's the Aaron Rodgers question. Someone asked him about that, and he's here because he feels he has an opportunity. He talked that this offseason was the first time he's going to face some adversity in his professional career. First time he's been cut, first time he's had to find a new home here. And with that, I asked what it's like to kind of be overlooked, and he said he's used to it. His whole career, he says he's been overlooked. I believe he started a playoff game for the Dolphins.
Yeah, he did.
So there's some experience there, and he's not here to kind of just sit back and wait for Aaron Rodgers to come. He wants to prove himself, and being here at these OTAs is a big part of that.
Yeah. I talked to Broderick Jones, talked to Troy Fautano yesterday, and I talked to Broderick Jones today. He said he does feel more comfortable at left tackle, said he feels like it's his more natural position. He did say there's going to be an adjustment period of getting used to, learning new things because you remember, Arthur Smith's offense was installed with him totally at right tackle. So this whole playbook he's only ever learned from the right side. He's now going to have to learn it from the left side, and it's not just as easy as switching play side. Sometimes the jobs are different, and so a little bit of learning curve for that. Good for him to have most of the rest of the offensive linemen around him, and that they're able to kind of work as a unit. But we'll see. I mean, I think Broderick Jones has a ton of talent, a ton of potential. I don't think playing right tackle is what was holding him back, but we'll see if he's able to do a little bit better on the left side this year. I'm trying to think of anything else that we talked to or noticed that stood out today.
I also got another look today at some pass rushing drills with Derek Harmon, Jack Sawyer, and Cam Hayward. I know we talked about them with the defensive ball security drills. They're kind of there in their element. I posted a video there of Cam Hayward on social media of him kind of jumping into a block, which I don't think we'll see. So a lot that we're not going to see out of Cam Hayward that they're kind of toying around with here. So it was interesting to see them go through those drills, and you can definitely see up close how powerful Harmon is, throwing those dummies around and kind of getting around those. So it'll be exciting to kind of see that. I can't wait to see them in pads kind of go against blocks that way.
Yeah, we got a long way to go before that, but certainly looking forward to it. Cool. That's all we got for today. Wrapping up practice number 2 at OTAs. More on Steelers Afternoon Drive with me and Smitty at 6. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications here on the YouTube channel so you don't miss a thing. Till then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. For Ben and Hal, I'm Alan Saunders. See you next time.